Let's talk about some of the songs on the album. And Hazardous, the title track, which is a really 80s English rock sound. That's what
Really?
I'm hearing. Just, the way
Yeah,
that
maybe
opens up
some
with
of
the
those
guitars.
riffs that
Yeah.
yeah. We've got a few of those things. Like I'm a big person of the 70s and classic music. So whenever it comes to writing a melody for a guitar part or a bass or a synth, even the synth side of stuff, I want it to be a melody that I can actually sing and that I find predictable but not corny and not overused to a sense. So Hazardous has a few of those guitar licks and stuff. And then there's also, like, even with This Is Who I Am, there's the first which is what I wanted the synth to do. So there's a whole bunch of stuff on the album where it's all sort of singable melodies. So that's, I suppose, where the classic sort of rock side of Europe comes in.
What about Higher Ground? When did that come into play?
That track came in the middle of everything. I hadn't really written many ballads, and I had Show Me How to Love come up, and I thought, well, I better get this one down, and I didn't really think too much of it. But Higher Grounds was one of those tracks that was done ages ago that I ended up re-listening to once I was recording the Show Me How to Love track. Confusing, boggling stuff. But I had written that song with Pam a year before that because I went to LA to have a holiday, and I love Pam Reswick, so I ended up catching up with her, and we just sort of sat there and wrote Higher Grounds.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you're actually working with these people that have had so many hits. Does it come quicker? Like, do they have a button that they can just press and kickstart the songwriting?
I really wish. It's all on chemistry. Like, I'd written with some great songwriters, and I came out with songs I didn't really like. I didn't like them. It was too A to B formula. And the thing with me is that, I've done the formula stuff, and I've written songs that have been predictable and formula. This album, I really wanted it to be edge. I wanted it to be tipping the fact of maybe it wouldn't work. And it's hard to find people that want to take those risks. So with the producers that I did end up using and with the songwriters I ended up writing with, it was because we went to the place you're not allowed to go to. And Pam Reswick, I've written a lot with her now on the last album as well, and I love that woman. So our chemistry as writers, we're very quick. She'll be like, I've got this riff. I'll be like, I have this melody, got this lyric. It's very, very quick. And that's what I also found with the Sweden producers, that I was able to write lyrics like a book. I was able to say, yeah, I don't care if I'm fat, if you think my clothes are bad, I'm a good person, I'll sleep at night. And they were like, all right. Now, if that would have been other writing sessions, they probably would have said, don't say you don't like to, you don't care if you're fat, because you really do. And don't say that you don't care about your clothes, because that's pop. So they're a little bit frightened in that sense.
No, it's actually a good thing working with a whole lot of different people then, and having that Aussie attitude at the back end.
Yeah. Well, I definitely had a lot of things I wanted to say, and it was just finding the right chemistry.
Holiday's another track off the album.
Yeah.
Oh, big grin for that one. You like that one, do you?
Yeah. As if I'm not saying anything there. It's saying, if you're going crazy, you should have a holiday.
Yeah.
And that's my motto. If you're losing it and you're just getting down and work's becoming way too stressful, I mean, life has got so much more to it than stressing about work or about family or whatever it is. Go on a holiday, get out of there, take some time out, and then come back to it when your brain's fresh enough to deal with those situations.
Who is Mr. Mysterious?
He's going to stay mysterious.
He's a real person?
Yeah, he sure is. Yeah. It's stupid. Like, I suppose girls can be kind of crazy sometimes, but you meet that person and you don't really know anything about them, but you're like, oh my God, I'm marrying him. So that's sort of what that song's about. Just a guy, you have no idea what he's about, but obviously...
Who you are marrying.
That they've got chemistry and there's something about them that you just go, that's it, I'm marrying that person. Whoever that person was that I'll never see again, I'm marrying him.
Oh, okay, so you're not announcing that you're getting married.
No. Yes. I'm going to, whoever that guy was, if I find him again, I will go, please, let's get married.
Yes, Mr. Mysterious, he's out there somewhere.
I'm hoping other girls go through that, or I just look like a crazy person.
What about Off on My Kiss?
Well, lyrically, or how did that song come about?
No,
or
both. All of the above.
This is great. I love talking about each track. This is funny. It's scaring me a little bit, though. Okay, well, we had done hours and hours in the studio. We'd started at 10, and we sort of went all the way through to about 3 in the morning. And so I got to about 3 in the morning, and I'm sitting there with Robin, And I go to him, he's been drinking some port, a lot of port. And he goes, listen, I'm going to just duck out and go and get some more grog. And I'm going to come back and, we'll just call it a day. So when he came back, I ended up having this sort of quirky, because I'm running Pro Tools in another studio, I had some quirky little synth ideas. And then he came in there and he was like, yeah, I love these synth ideas. And he was a little drunk by this stage and we're dancing in the studio and he's then adding more beats to it and more subs and bottom end to it. And we're like, wow, this is the best thing ever. Which this stuff happens a lot when you become really tired and fatigued. You think you're on the best mission ever. This is, oh my God, this is the best song. The next day when you listen to it, you go, what the hell were we thinking? We should have left. So it was one of those roller coasters, and I just go to him, open up the mic, and I just started singing, normal stuff, like what happens to people when they go out, and, I want that person to get off on me, and I don't want to have to do it in a way that I have to say, oh, guess what, I'm a singer. I can sing your songs. Do you want to hear? More where just your vibe and your personality is enough to get off on rather than, putting it out there.
Wow. So how many of the songs off the new album have you introduced into the set now?
We haven't yet started with shows, but we do this weekend. We've got a show with Jimmy Barnes this weekend. So we're going to probably introduce, I'd say, about 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. But we're going to wait until Rob Thomas next year, and then we're going to have a whole new set.
The old Day on the Greens.
I know. I love those shows. Love them.
You'll be able to hang back afterwards and have a few sherbets up on the hill.
I love Day on the Greens.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah, well, you'll have another album well before then, Hazardous, on the way out real soon.
Yeah.